As much as I would really love to give you that Black Star review, which is a phenomenal album by the way, it feels too difficult to approach something that is such a profound statement, and especially this early. There are a ton of people out there who have done reviews of the album that are great. You should go check those out. And listen to the album because it really is fantastic. But personally, I just don't feel qualified enough, or I haven't listened to it enough to give you a fully formed opinion on it. So I might at some point, I might not. But definitely, go check out the album for sure. Now, let's get into this record, Anderson Paak's Malibu. This is the second album from Brandon Anderson Paak, the California rapper slash R&B singer-songwriter. This record is lush, it's vibrant, it's expansive, and it is an incredible R&B record to break in the new year. Not even gonna beat around the bush a little bit, because you know what? This album doesn't either. In the very first track on Malibu, The Bird, Anderson Paak starts singing about his roots and painting this beautiful musical canvas for the rest of the album to flourish on. Things are set up on a very personal foundation with various analogies and anecdotes concerning personal history, family, friendships, love. Some funky, soulful guitar gets the song going, and its back half is complemented with this mesmerizing piano and vocal refrain. It's a really, really solid opener. And from this point, Malibu becomes a fun, sexy, sun-soaked, elegantly designed and performed ode to love. It is very much an album about love in all of its various manifestations, whether that's the love of a woman or the love of musical craft or self-love. Anderson so impressively orchestrates Malibu and all of its content and stories, ranging from his kinky, intense, visceral relationship with a younger woman to a very personal statement from Anderson Paak about where he sees himself in the scheme of music today, where he's come from, and where he sees himself going in the future. The track, The Season, Carry Me, gives us quite a bit of insight into Paak's rise from relative obscurity now into the mainstream, mostly because of the work he did with Dr. Dre on his album Compton last year. He had 6 very impressive appearances on that project, which made me very excited for whatever he was going to do next. In this song, he talks about going from playing community ball to balling with the majors, and that we better not forget the dot in Anderson Dot Paak because we fucking paid for it. However, unlike a lot of artists, and specifically artists in the rap and hip hop genres who will rap about their growth of fame and rise to popularity and just seem really braggadocious and shitty about it, Anderson remains this intangible humanity and humbleness here, especially with lyrics like "Ain't shit changed but the bank statements," "Fuck fame, that killed all my favorite entertainers," and of course the line "Heading north, I hope it doesn't rain," which conveys that he does indeed acknowledge what theoretically is supposed to happen when you gain notoriety as an artist, and that even if he may fall victim to that at some point, or even now, he's at least trying to curve it in some way. The second section of this song hits on some more personal territory, exploring the death of his mother and, him asking her, and in a sense, God, to carry him through his life. It's a poignant track, it's well produced, loving it, and I'm loving that these two sections of the song are different but still relevant to one another. In the sixth track, Am I Wrong?, Anderson is again sort of stepping back and analyzing himself as this recently popular, prominent musical figure, and it kind of starts with him being like, "Hey motherfuckers, I'm just getting started." Like, the first line of the song is, "I'm only coming out to play," and I'm not gonna lie, that sentiment is really exciting to me, especially after hearing what he's done on this project. I do believe Anderson Paak is going to have a very interesting and exciting career, and it's nice to see an artist teasing that almost inevitable, at this point, progression without seeming arrogant in a way that many of his contemporaries do. And yet, ultimately, despite this being a song about Anderson Paak and his position as an artist, it is a song about living in the present, making the most of what you've got, and just soaking in the good times. Positive messages. Really like the chorus in this track too, where Mr. Anderson begs the question, am I wrong to assume that if she can't dance, she can't ooh? And no, Mr. Anderson, you're not wrong to assume such a thing. Beat could not be sexier on this tune, and although I do think Schoolboy Q's verse leaves just a little to be desired, this is still probably one of my favorite spots on the record. Come Down is another highlight that ties into this theme. Though there is talk of getting high, no, this is not a drug song. Yes, similar to the tracks I've mentioned so far, but with an absolutely terrific beat, and my god, Anderson Paak spits fucking fire here. Now let's get into the sex, shall we? Which is exactly what I said to the little kid I saw at the playground yesterday. There's literally an interlude track, not called an interlude, but rather an interlube. Yes. Not gonna lie, that's goofy as fuck. But you know what? It's a cool track, so whatever. I guess first let's get into the kissing, attention, the biting, the tugging. That's a reference to the lyrics in the song. The song Without Me. Some sexual lyrics in here. Yeah, for sure. Anytime you can get rhapsody in a song, you are in a good situation. And my god, what a killer tune. Paak's flow on this thing is insane. You're with it, you're grooving, you're jamming, and then Rhapsody comes in and delivers a typically fucking stellar second verse. Oh, that voice. Fucking love that shit. I can just imagine Kendrick showing up at the end of this song and everything just on Earth instantly exploding because it's just too good. Shit even gets a little kinky on the song Put Me Through. There's a little BDSM talk from Anderson Paak here, specifically with his girlfriend, although you can take it a little past that for sure and see it as a commentary on his inability to sever ties with this woman who he is helplessly obsessed with. We first get a taste of their relationship, which is in many ways the backbone of this record, on the second track, Heart Don't Stand a Chance, which has the jazziest, dopest of all dope openings. Ooh, champagne pouring down. Crazy expansive atmosphere in this song, terrific groove, awesome instrumentation, performances, as there really is in pretty much every song here. It's really eloquently written from a lyrical perspective. Anderson comes through with some slick, really fascinating bars. Beautiful synth-based outro here. The 12th track, Your Prime, reminds me a lot of that Tyler the Creator song on Cherry Bomb last year. Fucking young, perfect. We've heard so much at this point in the album about this girl that Anderson Paak is digging, and now we learn that she's also a college student. Oh shit. The age gap with Brandon Anderson Paak being something like 30 years old, it's definitely a theme in this song, but he manages to explore the relationship in a way that doesn't just come across as being like taboo or controversial. Different interests, different life situations. Real stuff here that's kind of all wrapped up into yet another sexy sex song. Silicon Valley, the 14th track. Huge props to Anderson Paak for coming up with one of the funniest and strangest lyrics I can recall hearing in quite some time. You know, he just wants to know, what's under that tender titty meat. Yet another great song, yet another sexy song. Paak's vocal performance here is definitely one of the strongest on the album. Dude brings some serious soul, some serious gravitas. Love the chilled out, synth-based beat on here, and those goddamn hand claps, man. Oof. Lightweight. If you don't fucking get down to this thing, something is wrong with you. It's easily the simplest song here, and that just goes to show that is never automatically a negative quality to have. Vocals, production, again, pitch perfect. And then Room in Here. Track 10, frontrunner for Love Song of 2016. Really sweet, sultry lyrics, and one of the best game features I think I've ever heard. I had to play this one like 4 times in a row when I first heard it just to like absorb how great it was. And even though it didn't affect me as much, I'd feel bad if I didn't mention the Madlib produced track, The Waters. I think Paak's flow is a little weaker than on some of the best cuts, but he still does come through with some decent wordplay here and there, and Madlib comes through with some simple, tasteful, nice production. It's nice to listen to. I like it. I don't love it, but I like it. Track 8, Parking Lot. It's a jam. It's the jam. It's the jam. And I really couldn't imagine or hope for a better conclusion to Malibu than The Dreamer. Thematically, musically, it is a perfect encapsulation of and finale to the record. That beat, those choir vocals, that goddamn wet, dirty ass guitar riff. What the hell? What the hell, Anderson Paak? You killed it. You killed it. This is gonna be one of the songs of the summer. I can guarantee that. I can guarantee that right now. Don't stop now, keep dreaming. Don't stop now, keep dreaming. Talib Kweli's appearance on this. Really cool and awesome too. What a record. What a freaking record, man. Obviously, I loved the shit out of this thing, and I'm going to be listening to it throughout the year. It really does feel like a summer album, so I'm probably going to like put it away after a little bit and then come back to it in like May or June and just jam out to it again. But yes, I love this. It is really fantastic. I'm feeling like an 87 or an 88 on this album. It's woo. My name is Brandon Vander. Subscribe to my channel if you like this review. Tell me what you thought about it. Tell me what you want me to review after this, and you know, say something else. I don't know what the fuck you want to do. I don't really care, honestly, because the video's over, so you should have already clicked out of it by now. So you know, whatever you love. It is very much an album about love in all of its various manifestations, whether that's the love of a woman or the love of musical craft or self-love. Anderson so impressively orchestrates Malibu and all of its content and stories, ranging from his kinky, intense, visceral relationship with a younger woman to a very personal statement from Anderson Paak about enough to give you a fully formed opinion on it. So I might at some point, I might not. But definitely, you know, go check out the album for sure. Now, let's get into this record, Anderson Paak's Malibu. This is the second album from Brandon Anderson Paak, the California rapper slash R&B singer-songwriter. This record is lush, it's vibrant, it's expansive, and it is an incredible R&B record to break in the new year. Not even gonna beat around the bush a little bit, because you know what? This album doesn't either. In the very first track on Malibu, The Bird, Anderson Paak starts singing about his roots and painting this beautiful musical canvas for the rest of the album to flourish on. Things are set up on a very personal foundation with as much as I would really love to give you that Black Star review, which is a phenomenal album by the way, it feels too difficult to approach something that is such a profound statement, and especially this early. There are a ton of people out there who have done reviews of the album that are great. You should go check those out and listen to the album because it really is fantastic. But personally, I just don't feel qualified enough, or you know, I haven't listened to it. Various analogies and anecdotes concerning personal history, family, friendships, love. Some funky, soulful guitar gets the song going, and its back half is complemented with this mesmerizing piano and vocal refrain. It's a really, really solid opener. And from this point, Malibu becomes a fun, sexy, sun-soaked, elegantly designed and performed ode to